Welcome back, guys, to this new Orcust guide with the new Orcust support cards. We are going to take a look at 3 combos that I'm going to show you today, and then I will also show you the deck list, and we will talk about the decks and the best way to play the deck. So we are going to start with this Girsu combo. We are having 2 cards to discard here because we are going a very special way that gives us an Appaloosa for 3 materials. So let's see what we can do here. We will also go over the 2 new cards when we see them. So we go normal summon Orcust here, then effect dump to the graveyard, a Harp horror, and then we can use Orcust Girsu's second effect to make tokens here. Next thing is we are going to link away Girsu into the new link 1, the Galatea Eye, the Orcust Automaton. It needs 1 Orcust or World Legacy monster. We can only link summon her once per turn. We cannot use her as an XYZ summon, so for the Girsu, what we can do is we can send 1 card from our hand to the graveyard for a cost, and we can add 1 World Legacy monster or Orchestrated Barbel from our deck or graveyard to the hand, so you can also basically get your Barbel back when you lose it. And if this card is in our graveyard, we can banish 1 other Orcust card from our graveyard for cost, a special summon this card. We can only use this once, but it will not get banished when coming back to the graveyard, so we can use her over and over again. We only play her once, which is nice. And now we can continue. We will send 1 of our cards to the graveyard in order to get the World Legacy World Crown, which we can now summon in the zone that the Galatea points to. Now we are going to use these 2 to go into a Nightmare Phoenix, because this Nightmare Phoenix gives us the ability to go into a Nightmare Mermaid here. And now we can activate Nightmare Mermaid's effect in order to discard another card and summon from the deck the Orcust Nightmare. These 2 materials give us the option. We use the token and the mermaid to make the Lip, the World Key Blade Master, and we are making her because she can set us a World Legacy spell trap from our deck. So we are going to activate this effect. We are going to set the World Legacy Succession, target 1 monster in your graveyard, special summon it to your zone, a link monster points to, and we are going to activate this now, target this Nightmare Phoenix, special summon this in the zone, the Lip points to, and now we have 2 materials here which can make our Appaloosa, and now we are safe from every hand trap in this combo. You could also at this point, if you are playing into a board, activate here Lip's second effect, which says if this linked summon card is sent to the graveyard as a link material, which we just did, we can shuffle 1 card on the field into the deck, so we can also use this to break the opponent's board. Next thing we are going to do is activate Harp Horror's effect, banish him in order to summon from the deck Orcust Symbol, Skeleton, and now we use both of them because we want them in the graveyard for our Galatea, the Orcust Automaton. Next thing we are going to activate Orcust Nightmare, banishing it from the graveyard in order to target our Appaloosa and send the World Legacy World Wand to the graveyard. And the cool thing is that this will now boost our Appaloosa for 800 attacks. So now, even though we have only used 2 materials, it actually can negate thrice. Next, we are going to activate the World Legacy World Wand, banish it in order to special to the field the Orcust Harp Horror, and now we can use Galatea to shuffle back the wand and set the Orchestrated Barbel. Activate the Barbel, and now we are using our Galatea Eye. Remember, she can be special summoned once per turn by banishing our Orcust, our Girsu, the Orcust Magnite, in order to special summon her back. We are using everyone here to make the new boss monster and link Girsu, the Orcust Magnite. We need 2+ monsters, including an Orcust Link monster. We can target 1 of our banished Orcust or World Legacy cards for cost. We add it to our hand, and then we can shuffle 1 card from our hand into the deck and take control of 1 face-up monster our opponent controls. This is not until the end of the turn. We will just keep the monster, which is nice. We can we can get resources from the banishment back, and remember that this is also a quick effect as long as we have Orchestrated Barbel on the field. Also, if this card is in our graveyard because it was sent there from the extra monsters on this turn, in this case it won't be, we can also banish it and send 1 card on the field to the graveyard. So this has also a breaker effect, but is first and foremost a very, very strong interruption that we have available with this new boss monster here. Next, activate the Symbol Skeleton, banish it in order to special back the Link to Galatea, and then we use Link to Galatea. Obviously, we still want to go to our Girsu, make Girsu attach from the management the Orcust the Nightmare, and then we will activate a link Girsu's effect, targeting the Girsu or the Girsu, get it back to the hand in order to shuffle it back and steal the token. You could also, if you have another body here, not steal the token and keep the Girsu as follow-up, but we need this token here because we can make a IP Masquerena with this. Once again, if you have another body, you can also just keep the Girsu for follow-up. The Girsu which is obviously also pretty nice. And this is our bot that we are ending up upon. So we have triple Appaloosa negate, we have an IP Masquerena that we will most likely either use with this Appaloosa or maybe with the ending Girsu after he has activated its effect, or we could also just use stuff from our graveyard, banish that, and yeah, get bodies onto our field. Once again, we could use our Girsu that we can once again special summon on the opponent's turn. So we have, for example, the Orcust Nightmare, which we can once again banish from the graveyard, once again target our Appaloosa and make her actually another negate. So this is 4 negates. And then we can special summon one of our dark monsters. Target one face on the field, and we send one dark monster, which gives us the ability to once again send. We have a Harp in grave already, but we can also once again send the Skimble Skeleton. But the Harp can also summon us on the opponent's turn another body that we can use for this IP Masquerena stuff, and we can use the Symbol Skeleton to get back the Girsu, which he can send one card our opponent controls to the graveyard on our opponent's turn. And remember that we get this additional Appaloosa interruption. So we have 4 interruptions. We have this one into the SP Little Knight. SP Little Knight is 2 interruptions. We have the Girsu, and then we can produce even more bodies and get follow-up via our ending Girsu. Next, we are going to take a look at our Harp Horror combo. We have 2 cards to discard once again. Normal summon the Orcust Harp Horror. We link him away into our Galatea Eye, the Orcust Automaton, activate the effect, discard one of the cards, and grab once again the World Crown. Once again, we special here. We are in the same position like we were last turn. We need to play a few bricks in order to accomplish this. Go ahead, make Phoenix, make Nightmare Mermaid, activate Mermaid's effect. We need to discard another one, but we can get this Appaloosa play, which I think is very, very strong and definitely worth it. Now we make Lip once again, and once again, you have seen this already, Lip can search us the Revive card, and we can insulate our plays from anything because now we can make our Appaloosa, and we have our Orcust stuff in the graveyard already to be playing the game. We activate Harp Horror here, banish it in order to summon the Girsu. We have not seen the Girsu, and Girsu will send the Symbol Skeleton. Now we activate Orcust Nightmare, banish it, and target our Appaloosa once again to give her an additional negate, once again sending the World Wand here. Then World Wand activate, banish it in order to special back the Harp Horror, since we need another body here. We are going to go link 2 into Galatea, the Orcust Automaton. Now we activate her, we shuffle back the wand as always, and place Orchestrated Barbel. Activate the Barbel, and now we can activate Galatea Eye. We banish the Girsu here in order to special summon her back. Now we make a link 3 into our long Girsu, the Orcust Orchestrator. Not super important, but we need him in a second. Banish the Skimble Skeleton in order to get back the link 2, the Galatea, the Orcust Automaton. Now we overlay her to go into our Girsu. Then Girsu can be activated to attach where is it? It's not in the graveyard already. It will come now in a second. To attach the, I think it's called Orcust Nightmare, to him as material. The reason why we do this, by the way, is because the Orcust Nightmare is in the banishment here, and we want her back in the graveyard. This is why we are attaching this in order to then make our boss monster, because this means that once again on our opponent's turn we can use this Orcust Nightmare to boost our Appaloosa and give her an additional negate. So once again here at end phase we basically have our boss monster, our ending Girsu that we have seen already with his effect. We have an Appaloosa once again for 4. Then we once again have the ability to get the Girsu, to send one card from our opponent to the graveyard. We are just missing the IP Masquerena, since starting with the Harp Horror is a bit of a worse opener. And last but not least, we are in the Foolish Burial combo. This functions a bit different, so let's see. We go Foolish Burial, Harp Horror into the graveyard, activate the Harp Horror in order to summon the Girsu. This is what you basically always want to do. Activate Girsu's effect in order to send Orcust Nightmare to the graveyard. We make the tokens here, and now we go link 1 into Galatea Eye, the Orcust Automaton. We activate her effect. We discard one of the random cards to get Barbel to the hand this time around. Activate the Barbel here. Now we are going link 2 into Galatea, the Orcust Automaton. And now we can use the Orcust Nightmare in order to target, and we are going to also chain the Galatea Eye, banishing the Girsu. So Galatea Eye chaining 2 will be resummoned here, and the Nightmare will send our Symbol Skeleton to the graveyard, also boosting our Galatea, but this is not super important. Now Galatea will shuffle back the Orcust Nightmare in this case in order to set our counter trap Orcust Crescendo. We are going to link them away into long Girsu. And the next thing we are going to do is activate the Symbol Skeleton, summon back the Galatea, and now we can overlay her for our Girsu. Once again, from the banishment, we will activate and we will snack our Orcust Harp Horror, because then he is back in the graveyard for the opponent's turn. And now we can make our boss monster here. And we can activate the boss monster in order to get back our Symbol Skeleton to the hand. We are going to take control of the token, and we still have this normal summon left here. For this example, we have a Fuvolos, and going to make just an IP Masquerina out of this. If you do not have this Fuvolos normal summon, then you would just not shuffle back the Symbol Skeleton, but you would shuffle back this random card, right? In this time around, it worked out. So you would shuffle back the random card and normal summon the Symbol Skeleton, but you could also shuffle back the Symbol Skeleton and normal summon something like a Fuva that you don't need anymore, right? This is the same idea. And now we are basically on the same endboard minus the Appaloosa, but this time around we have the Orcust Crescendo, and in the graveyard we have basically everything that we need. We have our, can get our Girsu back here. And we have all the other stuff like our ending Girsu, the IP Masquerina, and also the Orcust Crescendo. Let me now show you the deck list. And here's how I think you should play this deck. We have the new, most likely new NT 8000 series. If you don't have the series, then you could just go ahead and maybe play... what could we play for this? We might be able to play another... maybe you could put another Orchestrated Return or maybe another Hand Trap. One of the problems of this deck, unfortunately, is consistency. We also only can play one Foolish Burial Goods, which is a bit sad, but it is what it is. It still functions. I think we are playing one World Legacy World Wand, one Orcust Nightmare, one World Legacy World Crown, then obviously Girsu our best opener, Harp Power our kind of second best opener. Then we are playing triple Fuvolos, it's just good in this current meta. Then Orcust Symbol Skeleton times 3. We have 3 Ash Blossoms, 2 Maxis, then we have this one Orcust Brass Bombard. You can manage this card from your graveyard, special summon one Orcust monster from your hand, except this one. We can use this 1-for-1 to actually get to the Orcust Brass Bombard, which he can then go into our Galatea Eye, and depending on what we have in hand, we can continue our plays from there. Also, we might be able to discard another of these Orcust guys with this 1-for-1, just making the deck a bit more consistent. And then we have our one draw land Lockbird here. We could put in a cross out just to be able to cross it out. You can play more draws. This is just a suggestion. You could also, I don't know, put out these imperms for more draws, because it will most likely be very good in the upcoming meta. Then Foolish Burial Goods. You can send to the graveyard the Orcust Crescendo, and then Orcust Crescendo can be activated to search our Girsu. So this is actually basically Girsu start without you having the ability to search Orcust Crescendo. So if we could play more Foolish Burial Goods, we definitely would, but unfortunately it's not possible. We have Foolish Burial, which you saw is also a great starter. Orchestrated Return, send one Orcust or World Legacy monster from your hand or face a field to the graveyard, draw 2. Very strong and may open up some plays for you. We have our Babel, obviously, the World Legacy Succession, 1-for-1 called by 2 Forbidden Droplet. Once again, you could change out these non-engines here. The only thing I would definitely play is Dominus Impulse, since it's so good and we can play it. Then we have Triple Imperm, the Impulse, and our Counter Trap Orcust Crescendo. In the extra deck, we are playing 2 Girsu, 1 Ending Girsu. This is the cool thing about the new support. We only need 1 Ending Girsu and then 1 Galatea Eye, and whatever this will be if it comes. I'm assuming this is not an ultra rare if it comes. So this is at most 2 new ultra rares if you already have the Orcust stuff, which is only the Girsu and the Girsu. Then we have 1 Access Code Talker, we have the Appaloosa. You have seen how important and strong this can be. Then our Long Girsu, we have 1 Lip, the World Key, Blade Master, 1 Nightmare Phoenix. Then we have 2 Galatea, the Orcust Automaton, 1 SP, 1 Nightmare Goblin, 1 IP Masquerina, 1 Nightmare Mermaid, and 1 Galatea Eye. You obviously can also play this without this Nightmare combo here, but this makes it so easy to go into the Appaloosa, which is why I think you should definitely go for this. If you have any more questions or anything else to say on this combo guide, let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, please consider subscribing, hitting a thumbs up and the notification bell. If you want to learn how to play Mitsurugi, I have also a guide up for that one. You can see this in the top right corner. Otherwise, let me know in the comments what you think, and enjoy the new Orcust cards.